Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into the mining sector. It's literally foundational to our modern lives, but right now it feels like it's standing at a crucial crossroads. There's this buzz, incredible opportunity, but also, well, significant turbulence. Our sources for September 2025 really highlight just how high the stakes are getting.
It's definitely a moment of immense pressure. And what becomes clear when you dig into the material is how interconnected everything is.
Right.
Nothing's happening in a vacuum here. Environmental promises, geopolitical games, it's all tangled together. Makes for a really complex picture.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to kind of distill the key insights from the latest industry outlooks, help you cut through the noise, understand the critical issues. We're talking ESG battles, commodity volatility, labor unrest, new tech adoption, and of course, the huge influence of geopolitics. This deep dive should give you a clearer sense of what's really driving decisions in mining right now.
Okay, let's unpack this first big question. ESG, environmental, social, governance. Are miners finally delivering on those promises, or is it still mostly, greenwashing? The sources show, well, two sides. On one hand, maybe some optimism. ESG reporting itself, it has matured. It's not just ticking boxes anymore. Investors are demanding hard data, verifiable stuff.
Yeah, not just statements.
Exactly. And companies that can't show real progress, they risk getting shut out of major global funds. And that's real financial pressure.
True, that transparency push is stronger than ever.
Right.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture, improved reporting doesn't automatically mean, action on the ground.
Which raises an important question. Is that gap between the boardroom promises and the reality at the actual mine site still too wide for communities?
That's the key tension.
We see these specific complaints consistently from communities, Africa, Latin America.
Yeah.
For many there, ESG still feels like a kind of PR shield.
A way to look good without real local benefit.
Precisely. That disconnect between the high-level talk and the daily impact, it's still a major hurdle.
So the takeaway seems to be ESG isn't just compliance. It's becoming like a condition for getting capital. Your social license is almost as vital as your mining license now.
It completely reshapes how value is even defined.
And proving that credibility that plays out while markets are just incredibly volatile.
Yeah, that's the other layer.
Which brings us nicely to critical minerals. This is where it gets really interesting. We saw those headlines mid-2025. Lithium, graphite prices plunging. So is the boom overhyped? Or is this just a blip? A market correction? Our sources seem to lean towards correction, not collapse. EV demand, electric vehicles, that's still strong, still projected to grow significantly.
Right.
And recycling, while it's important, it hasn't really made a big dent yet in the need for new mining.
But what's fascinating here is how quickly these market dynamics can just pivot. Investors really, really need to be cautious.
It's not simple supply and demand then.
Oh, far from it. You've got specific factors shaking things up. China's export policies, for instance. Huge, often unpredictable influence.
Okay.
Plus, battery chemistry is evolving fast. That can change which minerals are even considered critical almost overnight.
So what's essential today might not be tomorrow.
Exactly. Today's critical could easily be tomorrow's oversupplied. Innovation, geopolitics, they keep moving the goalposts.
So the real insight here isn't just market price, it's resource security. That's now maybe more important than profit margins for deals and alliances.
It seems that way. It's like a reglobalization, but focused on strategic materials. Big implications for countries, for long-term planning.
It challenges that idea of smooth, linear growth for new tech.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And these market swings, they don't just stay on spreadsheets. They hit the human element hard.
Which leads us to labor unrest.
Yeah.
We're seeing strikes spreading, Chile, South Africa, major mining regions. Is the workforce at a breaking point? Okay, let's unpack this worker perspective. They want a fair share, right? Especially after some high commodity price periods.
That's a big part of it.
And there's anxiety about automation. Efficiency is one thing, but not at the cost of their livelihoods. They want job security as tech advances.
And this raises an important question for the companies because they're caught in a difficult bind here.
How so?
Well, you've got rising labor costs hitting them, but at the same time, they're often dealing with lower ore grades. Makes extraction itself more expensive.
Just costs up on both sides.
Right. And the stark reality for some mines is without significant automation, they might not survive economically. It's modernized or potentially shut down.
Which ironically also costs jobs.
Exactly. It's a tough balancing act.
And this tension, it's not just mining, is it? It's global. Tech progress versus Well, fair outcomes for workers. It forces you, the listener, to ask, how do we balance efficiency and social responsibility? How does an industry change without leaving people behind? Who pays for that transition?
Critical questions.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of tech progress, let's look closer at AI and those autonomous fleets.
Ah, yes, the robots. The talk is everywhere. AI, autonomous trucks. So the big question, will they replace human miners entirely in the next, say, 5 years? One view is maybe transformation, not total elimination. We might see more hybrid roles.
Hybrid roles?
Yeah, like traditional miners becoming tech operators, overseeing the machines from a control room. Safer, different skills, but still jobs. Evolving roles, not just disappearing ones.
I have to disagree slightly there, or at least add a strong counterpoint. The idea that jobs won't be eliminated in certain areas, I'm not sure that holds up everywhere.
Okay.
What's fascinating here is looking at real-world examples. Take Rio Tinto's Pilbara operations, Western Australia.
Right, the iron ore mines.
Autonomous haulage is already widespread there. Massive trucks, no drivers running 24/7. That's not the future, that's now.
Wow.
And while the efficiency gains for the company are clear, the impact on those traditional driving jobs, it can be, frankly, brutal. It's not just retraining, it's fewer people needed for the same output.
So a direct reduction in certain job types.
Yes, which means communities that depend on those mining jobs need to prepare now, urgently. These shifts are significant.
That is a stark warning. So for you listening, this isn't just tech talk. It's about the future of work, the social contract with mining communities. How do we manage a just transition? How do we help those most affected by these innovations? Big questions.
Huge. And all these things, ESG, prices, labor, tech, they're all increasingly influenced, maybe even dictated by one overarching force.
Geopolitics.
Bingo.
So when we step back and look at everything, is geopolitics the ultimate driver in mining for 2025? Our sources seem to scream, yes, it's unavoidable now. Look at the US-China competition over rare earth. That's pure geopolitics driving mineral strategy.
Absolutely central.
Or think about recent instability coups in West Africa. Suddenly, the global supply of things like iron ore, bauxite, it's reshaped overnight by political events.
Major supply chain ripples.
It just confirms it. Mining is geopolitical, full stop.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
But while that's true, what's fascinating here is that paralysis isn't an option for investors or companies.
Meaning?
Meaning you can't just avoid regions deemed politically unstable. The resources are where they are, geologically. You can't just wish them somewhere else.
Right, you have to operate in complex places.
So the real winners in this environment won't be those who try to avoid political risk entirely. It's probably impossible. The winners will be those who develop much better strategies for managing and mitigating it.
So it's about smarter risk management, not risk avoidance.
Exactly. Deep intelligence, strategic partnerships, strong contingency plans. That's the game now.
So the insight here is that securing resources, that strategic imperative, it's overtaking traditional profit motives in driving big deals and global partnerships.
Feels like it.
It's this reglobalization around key materials. And it shows us, understanding world affairs isn't just for diplomats. It directly affects the stuff in our phones, our cars, our infrastructure.
Couldn't agree more.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean? September 2025 clearly shows mining at this profound crossroads. You've got ESG credibility clashing with commodity cycles, worker tensions rubbing against tech transformation, and all of it overshadowed by geopolitics.
Incredibly complex.
An industry under massive pressure, but also maybe, just maybe, ripe for reinvention if it plays its cards right.
Which raises that important final question for everyone watching this space. Will the industry actually seize this moment? Will it reinvent itself, truly embrace sustainability and new realities? Or will it fall back into old patterns, repeat mistakes we've seen before when pressure mounts? The answer will shape a lot more than just mining.
Indeed. A final thought for you to ponder. As you think about the energy transition, all the materials needed, which of these crossroads we've talked about, environmental responsibility, social equity, tech disruption, geopolitical stability, which one do you believe will ultimately define the future path of this absolutely essential industry? Lots to think about. We hope this deep dive gave you a clearer perspective. Thanks for joining us.